So the doc is really a first-person account from Matilda Wilson. She's one of the mothers who lost her daughter on the Highway of Tears. And it simply is her story. She is talking to you in this documentary about what happened when she lost her daughter, the day that it happened, how she found out.
My name is Matilda Wilson. I have 6 children altogether, and Ramona is the youngest one. She was 16 years old when she was murdered.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Takes a bit of the pressure off of everyone.
Yeah, exactly. What do you think?
The shot of her daughter, she looks so young.
I know.
And just to hear it again, actually, to be reminded she's going to meet her friends, right? So she's got this job, she's going to be in Smithers, and so you see that road going into Smithers, and then she's going to meet her friend, she never gets there. And then that picture, she's so young.
We sort of conceptualized what the piece would be and the way that we were going to tell the story, and connected with Matilda Wilson. She was kind enough to invite us to her home to conduct the interview that really is at the heart of the piece. We had a team fly out west and shoot the piece on the ground. Really great process of first doing the interview and talking it through and considering the different aspects and scouting the scenery out there, which is so beautiful, but obviously comes with such complication.
So we decided we wanted to do a virtual reality project, and we wanted to do something that was really part of the core of the kind of thing that The Current covers.
In my mind, this story aligns with VR in such a direct way. We're always looking for the why of a story, that we're not selecting a story to be told in VR just arbitrarily because it would be cool. We're trying to find stories that have a real meaning and sense of purpose to placing them on that platform.
Our goal with telling this story through virtual reality is to actually transport people to the story. People talk about virtual reality as this empathy machine. It's a way for us to really connect to the stories that you might hear about in the news. And our hope is that this is one tool in our toolkit to help our audiences understand these stories.
But I think the project really reflects a pretty pure expression of what the potential of VR is, in the way that it can be transportive and it can communicate a sense of presence and immersion that hasn't been possible before.
That just that sense of it just goes on and on and on. Even when there are houses near it, it's kind of, you're isolated on that highway and you feel it.
They hired her in June to be a peer counselor for the Smithers Community Service, and she was so ecstatic about that. Saturday was the day she was to meet her friends, and you know, there's no buses running or transits or anything like that. She never made it there.
My hope is that our listeners are able to connect with this story in a way that they wouldn't be able to by just telling it on radio or just telling it through television. That if we can take people for a moment, for just 5 minutes in this documentary, and transport them somewhere that they've never been before, transport them to the home of a mother who's lost her daughter on the Highway of Tears, transport them to the Highway of Tears, that it gives people some sense, some context, some sense of what is at stake in the story that they wouldn't get in another way. We're using these things in conjunction, that it's not that virtual reality is replacing the work we do in radio, it's actually supporting it.